Another thing is people love this from the first film, and I'm just going to show in California how the psychology around electric cars changed in the marketing of the product. And this is the original, good grief, let's see, I better not promise something I can't deliver right now. Let's see, no, not that. This is the original ad that General Motors had for the EV1, if it's here.
The electric car is here.
The EV1 from General Motors.
The Impact prototype became the EV1, the first.
So you can see that, you know, when that car came out, it had the support of the full company behind it. And I think that in General Motors' case with the Volt, those days are back again. I don't think that the reversal that they had is the first time it's going to happen, which is going to be good. I have been reminded here to tell guests about the invitation for public screening of Who Killed the Electric Car at Haskolabio. How was that? A C- paper, I bet. Sunday at 3 o'clock in hall number 2. So I will come by afterwards if anybody wants to beat me up or those kinds of things. I'll be on hand. This is one more piece here.
Servicing the EV1 was pretty simple. It came in about every 5,000 miles. We'd put it in the air. We'd rotate the tires, add washer fluid to it, and send it back out on the street. It's amazing. Look how dirty I've gotten just in handling this stuff. It's kind of sad.
In order to sincerely market a clean car, you have to suggest that your core product is dirty, and that it uses oil, and that it uses gas, and that it increases our dependence on foreign oil. And here's this product that doesn't.
It looks very schizophrenic, but I think when it started, we can show the people in California we can meet the zero emission requirements. And later on, so do we want to show them that we can meet it? That means all of our other cars.
So that was sort of the conundrum for the car company anyway, as it sort of changed its mind. And I'm not sure I totally believe this argument that we made in the film that one of the big reasons that car companies didn't push harder on electric cars is because there's so little maintenance. It is true that in my 10 years as an EV driver, first 5 years as a EV1 driver and the last 5 years as a Toyota RAV4 EV driver, I've had no service or maintenance on my car. There's been not one oil change, there's no problem with either of these cars. So, but I think that companies like Hewlett-Packard and anybody in the printer business can tell you, you don't necessarily need to make, well, actually that's the reverse example. If the old model for car companies was make money on service and parts, the new model can certainly be charge more upfront or take a different business approach to sell consumers electric cars. They'll pay a little bit more upfront, but they'll have much less cost down the road. So I guess the final film I'll show on this is again from the Department of Hearts and Minds. And if you can get people into cars, and this is my argument with General Motors and a lot of car companies right now, let's get these cars to market so people can really become advocates. It's amazing to me the amount of people that have had the limited experience of a Prius, which is basically a gasoline car, have become super advocates for electricity drive. Just they want to keep their zones so they don't turn their gasoline motor on. The sooner these people get a chance to drive electrics and plug-ins, I think the groundswell will overwhelm us, especially if oil prices don't drop precipitously. So, that ends 2 characters from our film. This is an outtake from the first film, and maybe we'll give you an idea of the human factor.
It's a very practical car in a lot of respects. People want to act like it's some wild out idea. If 20 years ago someone said you could have a phone that you could take anywhere, but you're going to have to remember to plug it in, there would have been plenty of people go, oh, that's not crazy.
Possible. We can't do that.
Well, plug in a phone and have to take it somewhere?
Why would I do that?
Oh, that sounds... There's a payphone right down the street. It's not just about the car, it's about the principle and the energy of people's ingenuity. You know, we had made a decision that we were gonna try to protect these little cars just a little bit longer. We knew it didn't make sense for both of us to get hauled off to the Hooskow.
And here we both sit and nobody can make phone calls.
She decided to be
any money
the
together.
outside person, and I decided, well, I'll get in the car with Alexandra. As it occurred, we drove to block that truck, and at that same moment, the black transport truck started coming out. So we ended up in this sort of, you know, John Woo face-off situation.
And a lot of people called and said, oh, I saw it on the news. I saw Colette getting arrested today. You know, it was funny how they were talking to me like, do you know that Colette got arrested today?
I don't want to alarm you in case you don't know.
Are you okay? And we were like, yes, this was a conscious choice.
And so, because some people didn't, you know, hear the soundbite, all they
They're
saw
like,
was me like,
getting carted off in your little pink T-shirt that you had on that day.
Lord.
But you
and
look
plus,
great,
as black
by the way.
people, you're always sad when you see a black person
Yeah.
on the news
As
being
black
taken
people,
away. You're like, oh God, what happened?
So I really don't think we're going to have arrests and people taken away on this chapter of the EV revolution. And I thank all of you for being involved. And please, if you have story ideas or interesting things that you'd like us to cover or consider covering for Revenge of the Electric Car, please email me and I can provide that email address to you later. Thanks so much.